In this video, we are going to see the algorithm of keyboard interfacing. Okay, so in the previous video, we have seen how the microcontroller will identify the key press. Okay, by reading the value of columns, so it will identify the particular key. So here, the identification of particular key will be in a keyboard follows some certain steps. Okay, so if we clearly observe that, so it will be done in 4 steps. Okay, in step 1, checking the initial stage. So initial stage means, so if we want to press anything in a keyboard, first the keyboard must be in its initial stage, so no key must be pressed. Okay, so when all keys are released, so all keys are released state is nothing but a initial stage. Okay, so first we should verify that there is no key has been pressed. Okay, so now coming to the next step, so verify and confirm a key press. So now we have to verify that there is a key press. So in the previous video we have already seen that how the microcontroller will identify a key press. So initially the column values will be all ones. Whenever the value of column has been changed from 1 to 0, so any value of any column value has changed means, so it will identify that some key has been pressed. Okay, so that's how it will identify a key press. But here when we are pressing a key, so the key press is nothing but we are pressing the key and we are releasing the key. Okay, so whenever we are pressing and releasing a key, so in that particular process there may be some high and low pulses which may occur. Okay, so that pulses may occur due to error signals also. Okay, so we can mention it as spike noise. Okay, when we are pressing a particular key, the key press will be like this, so for particular amount of time. After high and low pulses, it will be constantly high. Okay, so in this particular area or in this particular span of time, we cannot confirm that a key has been pressed. Okay, so due to the spike noise, our microcontroller will wait until 20 milliseconds and again verify the key press. Okay, after 20 milliseconds also the column value has been changed means it will confirm that a key has been pressed. Okay, so this is the step 2. Initially it will check for the initial stage, and second step is nothing but it will identify a particular key press and it will confirm that a key press. Okay, so after finding a key press, so now we have already seen that it will only know that a key has been pressed. It doesn't know the value of the particular key. Okay, so now the microcontroller knows that some column value. Okay, it doesn't know which row the particular key has been belonged to. Okay, so now it will find that particular row. Okay, so which row that particular key has been belonged to. So this process we already seen that, so it will ground a single row at a time. Okay, so it will make the remaining rows high and it will ground a single row and it will verify which particular row has that key belong to. Okay, so after finding the row, so now we have to fetch the value of that particular character. Okay, so we already know the value of column and we know the row, so now it can't directly place the value of the character, so we will have a lookup table Okay, so lookup table is nothing but the ASCII values of our characters which are available in our keyboard. Okay, so in our keyboard here we are having 0 1 2 3. So previously if we have pressed 5 means, so it will identify row 1 and column 1. So this intersection point has been identified. Now this intersection point value, ASCII value is 5. So to fetch this particular value, the microcontroller will go to the lookup table and it will fetch the value. Okay, so we already know the row value. So by rotating the column bits one at a time into carry flag, it will identify the particular key press. Okay, so we will see clearly each and every step here. Okay, so in algorithm. So now let's see it in an algorithmic form. Okay, so now we will start the process. So as we previously discussed that, so what is the step 1? We have to check the initial stage. Okay, initial stage means no key has been pressed. So we will start it and we will ground all the rows. So after that we will read all the columns. Okay, so all the columns, we know the value of columns, so we will make we are expecting all columns to be 1. So if all columns are 1s means no key is pressed. Okay, so no key is pressed. So we are reading all the columns. So if all keys are open, we will go to the further step. Okay, all keys are open means all are ones. If it is not true, that means any key has been pressed, that means 1 0 1 1. So if the value of columns is like this, that means it is not in its initial stage. Okay, it is not in its initial stage, so that's why it again goes up. Okay, so again it reads all the columns. It will make sure that all columns are ones. Whenever all columns are ones means our keyboard is in its initial stage. Okay, so now that means all keys are open. So this is our initial stage. The keyboard is in initial stage. Now when all keys are open, we will come to step 2. That means our microcontroller will check that if there is any key press. Okay, so now again it will read the value of columns. So it will read all the columns. So any key is down. So any key is down means the value of columns will be changed. Okay, so now the value of our columns is all ones in this particular stage, so it will read them. So if there is no change in columns means it will again repeat it multiple number of times until there is a change in the value of column. Okay, so if there is a change in the value of column means there is a key press. So now if any key is down, so if we are pressing some key in our keyboard, so then whenever we are pressing any key in our keyboard, the value of column will be changed. For example 1101, so value has been changed to 1101. Okay, so now it again, if it again goes to next step, so it will wait for debounce. So here we have already seen in the previously, so what we have seen, whenever there is a change in the column, our microcontroller will not confirm a key has been pressed. It will wait for particular amount of time. Here it will wait for 20 milliseconds. Okay, so this is the delay time, so it will wait for 20 milliseconds and again it will read all the columns. Okay, so here first here again it will read. So here also if there is a change, so initially the column value is 1101, all ones here, okay, here all ones. So when we have read, we got 1101. So that's why we will wait for 20 milliseconds, and afterwards we will again read our columns. So here if our column value is 1101, so that means there is a key press. It will confirm that there is a key press. If the value is 1111, means there is no key press. Okay, so this particular change in column has been occurred to spike noise. Okay, so that's why we have a change in column. So the spike noise will not remain until 20 milliseconds. So again our column values will go to all ones if there is a spike noise. So this condition will come whenever there is a spike noise. Okay, so if there is a key press, then the column value will be again 1101. It will remain only. Okay, so now any key is down, after a delay it will go to the next process. If it is not there is no, so whenever we are reading all the columns, if this particular state occurs, again it goes to the initial stage. Okay, so this stage will be repeated until our key has been pressed. Okay, so whenever we are experiencing a change in this particular step that doesn't confirm us there is a key press, a key press will be confirmed only after a particular amount of delay time. Okay, it will wait for debounce, and again, so this wait for debounce is nothing but a delay time. It will wait for 20 milliseconds. Even after that particular delay time also there is a change in columns, means it will go to the next step. If the column has not been changed after delay time, means it goes to our initial stage. Okay, so as our key press has been confirmed, so now we will go to the next stage. Okay, so here in our next stage we need to find the row of that particular column. So here we got 1101, that means this is column 0, column 1, column 2 and column 3. So we have a key press in column 1, but we don't know which row is. Okay, so we have to find the row. So what we will do, we will ground the next row and read all the columns. Okay, so initially what we will do, we will make R0 0, R1, R2 and R3. So initially in step 1, so we will make this one 0 and we will make all the remaining rows ones, and we will check the column values. Okay, so here again the column values will be all ones. Okay, so whenever the key belongs to row 0, there will be a change in column. If that particular key doesn't belongs to row 0, so then there will be no change in our column. So again so it will read all the columns. So if there is no change in our columns, so that means there is this particular key doesn't belongs to row 0. So again it goes to so it doesn't belongs to row, so again it goes to the next step. So in next step what will happen, it will make row 1 0 and the remaining rows ones, and it will read the columns. So as we have seen our previous examples, so already we have seen this example, right? So if we are assuming that the key A has been pressed, so key A has been pressed, so that means here 1101 means here row 2. Okay, so whenever R1 has been grounded, then what will happen? There will be a change in our column. So for A, the column will be changed as 1011. Okay, so if we go to the, so this is our, so there is a change in our column. Okay, so now as there is a change in our column, that means the particular character belong to row 1. So we have find out our row and we already know our column. So this column here, the value has been changed here, so no problem. So here C1, sorry, not C1, C0, C1, C2, C2 and R1. So the key press is C2, R1. So that is character A. So after finding the row, so now what we have to do, which key has been pressed. So we have to find out which key has been pressed. So after finding out the key, we will scan the code from the table and we will return. Okay, so we will have a lookup table. In lookup table we will have the ASCII values of that each and every character, 16 characters. Okay, so according to that we will place the ASCII value of a particular character in our so we will give the value to our microcontroller. Okay, so it will be displayed. Okay, so this is how the entire process will be done. So these are the 4 steps included to find out the key press. Okay, in step 1 it will check the initial stage, it will check whether all keys are open or not. In step 2 it will verify the columns, and if there is any key press, so it will not confirm a key press, it will wait for 20 milliseconds of time and again it will read the columns. So why we are waiting, because in these 20 milliseconds there may be a spike noise. So to avoid that spike noise, we are waiting for 20 milliseconds. So after waiting for 20 milliseconds, it will confirm that the column has the particular key, any key, a particular key has been pressed. So after confirming a key press, now we will find the row, which particular row has been which particular row the particular key has been belongs to, the particular key belongs to. Okay, so after finding the particular key, we will fetch the ASCII value of our character from the lookup table. Okay, so now if we may get a doubt that how much time it will take to do all the process. Okay, so this is the general question. Okay, so we have to keep in mind that 1 millisecond is 1000 microseconds. Okay, and 1 second is 1000 milliseconds. Okay, so here we go. So whenever a key has been pressed, a particular key has been pressed, so we are waiting for 20 milliseconds, so to avoid the spike noise. Afterwards, even the key press is for 1 millisecond. So 1 millisecond means we are having 1000 microseconds. So our program will, it is a huge time for our microcontroller to run a program in 1000 microseconds. Okay, so మనకి ఇప్పుడు ఒక కీ ప్రెస్ చేసినప్పుడు, ప్రెస్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత, సో ఆ కీ ప్రెస్ అవ్వడానికి మనకి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 25 milliseconds పట్టింది అనుకుందాం. సో 20 milliseconds వరకు అది మనకి కీ కన్ఫర్మేషన్ కోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తుంది. ఇంకా మనకి 5 milliseconds ఉన్నాయి కదా, అంటే అప్పటి వరకు ఇంకా కీ ప్రెస్ అయ్యే ఉంటుందన్నమాట. సో 20 milliseconds వరకు ఇలా ప్రెస్ చేసి ఇలా రిలీజ్ చేస్తున్నాం అంటే మినిమం అది 20 మిల్లీ సెకండ్స్ వరకు ఆ ప్రెస్ అట్లాగే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో మనకు అది చాలా తక్కువ ప్రెస్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసే టైం అంటే చాలా తక్కువగా అనిపిస్తుంది, కానీ 25 మిల్లీ సెకండ్స్ అనేది మైక్రో కంట్రోలర్కి చాలా ఎక్కువ మాట. సో 20 మిల్లీ సెకండ్స్ వరకు అది వెయిట్ చేసిన తర్వాత జస్ట్ 5 మిల్లీ సెకండ్స్ ఆ కీ ప్రెస్ ఉన్నా, సో ఈ టైంలోనే అది ఏం చేస్తుంది, కాలం వాల్యూస్ అన్నిటినీ వన్స్ చేసేసి ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ రో సో 0 1 1 అని వెరిఫై చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. ఇంకా మనకి ఆ కీ అలాగే ప్రెస్ అయ్యి ఉంది కాబట్టి సో 0 ఉంటే సో మనకి ఆ పర్టికులర్ రోకి సో వాల్యూస్ చేంజ్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం 9 ప్రెస్ చేసి ఉంచామనుకోండి, ఇలా ప్రెస్ చేసి ఇలా తీస్తాం కదా. సో ఈ 25 మిల్లీ సెకండ్స్ టైంలో సో ఈ ప్రాసెస్ అంతా జరిగే టైంకి అంటే ఈ ఇనీషియల్గా మనం ప్రెస్ చేయగానే ఇప్పుడు C2 వాల్యూ 0 అయిపోతుంది. సో 0 అయిపోయిందంటే ఏంటి, కీ ప్రెస్ అయిందని అది జస్ట్ అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. అజ్యూమ్ చేసి 25 మిల్లీ సెకండ్స్ వరకు ఆగుతుంది, 20 మిల్లీ సెకండ్స్ వరకు ఆగుతుంది. ఆ తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తుంది, సో కాలమ్స్ అన్నిటిని వన్స్ చేసేసి ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ రో, సో ఫస్ట్ రో 0ని ఇది 0 చేసి ఇవన్నీ వన్స్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఇది కీ ప్రెస్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి మనకి కాలం వాల్యూస్ ఏమీ మారవు. సో తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తుంది, సో నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాసెస్ R1ని 0 చేసి మిగిలినట్లని 1 చేస్తుంది. సో R1 రో కూడా అది బిలాంగ్ కాదు కాబట్టి సో మనకి ఈ కాలం వాల్యూస్ మారన్నమాట. నెక్స్ట్ ఇవన్నీ 1 1 0 1 చేస్తుంది. సో ఇది R2 కాబట్టి ఇది ఇంకా క్లోజ్లో ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి 0 ఇక్కడికి మనకి C2లో రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుంది అన్నమాట. సో ఈ ప్రాసెస్ అంతా మనకి 1 మిల్లీ సెకండ్ టైం ఉన్నా చాలు, మైక్రో కంట్రోలర్ చాలా చాలా క్విక్గా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఈ కీ ప్రెస్ ఉన్న టైంలోనే ఈ ప్రాసెస్ అంతా మనకి అది పర్ఫామ్ చేసేసుకుని క్లియర్గా అవుట్పుట్ని ఫెచ్ చేసి పెట్టుకుంటుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో you have to concentrate only on the process. So don't think that ఈ టైంలో మనకి ఇది పర్ఫామ్ చేయగలదా లేదా అన్నది మాత్రం మనం ఆలోచించాల్సిన అవసరం లేదన్నమాట. ఎందుకంటే 1 మిల్లీ సెకండ్ gives us 1000 microseconds. In 1000 microseconds it can run a sufficient amount lines of a program. Okay, so there is no problem. Okay, so in the next video we will see clearly about our program. Okay.